Are you going to let someone in your body who you wouldn't leave alone with your child, alone in your house, or alone with your checkbook?
So every expert I know, including my mother, says, look, no sex on the first date. Ever, ever, ever. Do you agree?
Yes.
Love your mother's advice.
Yes, you agree.
Yes, 100%.
100%, I agree also.
There's no such thing as casual sex. Sex on the first date is a message right away about who you are and a lasting impression that is going to go from that date to every other date that you might have. It's nothing you can take back. It's not like something you wished you hadn't said to somebody. It is something that can only happen when you know somebody and you care about them.
Wow. When you know them, so you don't have sex unless you know them and care about them.
Know them and care about them. Casual sex that is emotionally, you're emotionally and physically, if you listen to Helen Fisher yesterday, physically, your brain, every single thing about you changes from having had a sexual experience. It is nothing you deposit somewhere
also,
and then go forward.
it catapults you into further along the relationship than it is, because then you feel like, well, you're not a couple, but that's what couples do, and you don't know what to expect, and he might not call, and it's just a big mess. I mean,
yes, and the thing is, in men and women, and there are differences between men and women. I completely agree with the oxytocin, but it doesn't affect men and women the same way. And I think men tend to compartmentalize more than women. So it is possible, I think, for a guy to have sex on a first date and for it to be casual. I think it's more difficult for a woman to, physiologically, because of the oxytocin. You know, emotionally, I think unfortunately, I think some women have sex, whether it's a first date or somewhere later, and they think that that is going to change something. That's going to, if I have sex, the relationship will be in a different place than it is.
Right.
But really, I think we need to go back to having the emotional connection and then the sex. Otherwise, it can, you know, you have to be clear why you're doing it. And if it's doing it to get you a certain place in the relationship, I don't think sex is the avenue to do it.
So let me ask this, because you just mentioned Dr. Helen Fisher, David Buss, that have presented data to show that if you do have sex on a first date, it can help to keep a relationship. What would you say to those experts?
No.
No.
Well, I have a question about that. So, if you keep a relationship, how long? How is a relationship defined? A relationship for, you know, a number of months, or a number of years, or a long-term
a committed relationship. What they're showing is that over time, an effective strategy for women in terms of securing a man is to have sex
It's
early.
ridiculous.
The problem,
it's ridiculous.
You know what?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you tell them it's ridiculous.
Well, first of all, are you going to let someone in your body who you wouldn't leave alone with your child, alone in your house, or alone with your checkbook? It's ridiculous.
Okay.
This is your body.
Sure.
And you want to make sure that someone likes you for you and that someone's into you. And I hate to say this, but there are men out there who will sleep with a woman he has no intention of dating. There are men out there who will sleep with a woman that are not even really that attracted to. Do you want to be that woman?
Right. And just for the record, I have to say, there are women that will do that too. There are women who have done that to my male clients. But I agree with you. I agree with
and also as a man, I've talked to so many men, I said, what do you think about a woman who will sleep with you on a first date? And many will say, you know, I'll do it, but I think if she's doing it with me, she's doing that with everybody.
A man wants to feel like you picked him for a reason. A man wants to feel like you picked him for a reason, like what you have is special and that not everybody gets it. Sure. Right?
And more important is that you as a woman value that what you have is special. And that's why you don't do it.
Sure. And there's a danger, the oxytocin, the bonding hormone. It's a hormone that is released when even making out, when a woman has an orgasm or when she gives childbirth. That is the bonding hormone that is released to bond her to that man so that they stay together for mating purposes and child rearing. That is going back millions of years. That's where the men get stalkers. So yes, the man sleeps with you, she sleeps with you, she's bonded to you, but for you it was casual and you don't call her again, so she's like texting, well, you know, I thought you liked me, or hey, we haven't called, or and she's showing up at your work, or she, you know, so that's where
it gets crazy.
It gets crazy. Okay.
So then let me ask you this though. Let me ask this. I think this is really important. So we're saying sex, and we're talking about sex. I think we all understand what sex is. But what is exactly? I was going to say no, but I was going to say, well, what really is sex on the first date? Because some of the data that I've seen shows that not only are the 40% of people having sex on the first date, but you're talking about oral sex happening at higher rates.
Is it Bill Clinton's definition?
Is it right? So what is the sex that you're talking about that we should not be having on a first date?
Full blown, baby, right?
I think
What?
no. I think that I mean, whatever happened to getting to know each other and spending time together? Is that not fun enough?
Okay.
I mean, it's not like we don't have enough days in the week in the year to get
What
to
happened
that.
to courting,
Sure.
right?
No,
What
I
happened
mean,
Sure. But I want to get specific with this though, because a lot of guys will come to me before a first date and say, okay, here, Paul, I don't know what's too much. Like, what's too much? Is it too much to kiss with tongue? Is it too much to maybe slide my hand down behind through a belt down some? I mean, where's the line?
Kiss. Just a passionate kiss. And call it a day.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
And again, are we assuming
All good things come
Isn't
to
it
those
fun
who
to
wait.
look, have something to look forward
We're
to?
too- right,
That's
a little
part of the
mystery,
Sexiness
little mystery.
is
Little mystery?
that what do you call it? The tension.
Sure.
Of the next time is it going to happen to me?
All right, I love it. So we're all in agreement with that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible.
It's going to be really good if you wait.
If you wait.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
This is what I find to be
worth waiting
fascinating
for.
is that we all agree, and I will say I agree too, that sex on the first date is a bad move. Good things come to
those who wait.
Cheers on that one.
Cheers.
And I think
I'm not waiting for this drink though.